Before I start, let me tell you something. It's hard to talk about old games, especially when those are important classic in video game history, because usually what was to be said has already been said. But somebody told me if you want to start something, like game reviews, it should be a thing that you are passionate about. So here I am. I just want people to have a good time. Maybe learn something about topic or even try Halo. That would be great because it's a really fun game you could enjoy. When I played Halo for the first time, I was young and didn't understand most of the dialogues and cutscenes, so the story was worthless to me, but gameplay. Oh my god, the gameplay was so fun. And graphics beautiful. I couldn't stop playing it. Don't get me wrong here. Now I think plot is decent, but 18 years ago I just skipped everything and I had so much fun with this game. That's why my conclusion is, well, gameplay and presentation is meat of this game, and story is like potatoes, but very good potatoes with some sauce. If you are vegan, if you are vegan, the story is like the vegetables that are just decorating your dish, and gameplay and presentation is this your favorite vegetable. If you want to know the story, just get comfy and I will do my best to tell what is going on. So game starts with a human vessel trying to get away from the Covenant. Basically a bunch of different alien races on holy crusade to wipe out humankind. During the failed attempt of getting away from the Covenant, we discover a huge ring in the middle of nowhere. There is no time for admiring it though, because our spaceship is under attack, so everyone is running and preparing for a fight. We finally get to know a cover guy, the Master Chief, also the captain. You know what? Wait. Let me digress a little bit here, because there is something to point out. I played this game several times and only recently I noticed that there is only one representative of black community in this game, Sergeant Johnson. Is that common in future army to have just one black man in spaceship crew? What do you have to say about this vision of future presented by Bungie? Little help from modding community would be also appreciated. Anyway, we finally get to know a cover guy, the Master Chief. Also, Captain Case gives us ship's AI, Cortana, to protect her.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
Punch it.
We crash on the ring, and from here I usually completely stop paying attention to plot and I just feel like a tourist wandering around. All we do is rescue some soldiers, our captain, we get some information, get Cortana to some important place, and from now there are only spoilers that can ruin your experience on multiple levels, not only story, so I will leave it for later. Or I could give you some time to finish campaign. In the meantime, wherever we go, each of these places has its own unique atmosphere. Do you know what helps establish atmosphere, tension and character? Music in Halo is just so well composed and edited by Marty O'Donnell and Michael Salvatori, and implementation is so smart. Marty had this idea: let song play only in some moments and only for 2-3 minutes.
My first approach was music shouldn't be playing all the time. No matter how random and how cool it's being played back, after 3-4 minutes, it starts to just become background wallpaper.
This game sound is masterpiece. You can say graphics looks like a microwave turd, which isn't true by the way, but sound design aged like fine wine. Every gun, vehicle sound distinctive and powerful. Let's talk about Covenant and UNSC/Humans design. Covenant is really well done. Enemies are characteristic and behave smart during fight. They try to flank you, rush you, or run away if battle is lost or commander is dead. Also, the weapons aren't just some equivalent to human arsenal. Two main differences. First, those are our projectile weapons, and the second, those are designed to be held by alien hand. For designer, alien weapons couldn't just look different, they must feel and behave unlike anything you used before. What's that? Oh. UNSC is a mixed bag for me. Some stuff is pretty, well, not standard, but safe for sci-fi shooter. You can clearly see what was inspiration here. But what stands out, really stands out. It just screams Halo when you see it. Weapons feel and sound powerful. Especially Halo 1 pistol, which at this point became a meme because of its absurd power.
Oh my god! Run for your life! He's got the Halo 1 pistol! Oh god! Oh fucking no!
Vehicles are stupid, but look awesome, and I think that's the Bungie idea for good design. Make stuff that work and look in the coolest way possible. Make it sound badass.
Quiet. Anyone else hear something?
What do I mean by stupid? For example, Warthog is so unpractical from military point of view. Wraith can only shoot like this. And it looks badass, and I don't have any problem with it. Okay, last thing before we go to a story and spoilers is gameplay. For me, it's just most important part in any game, because if that's weak, I can only once force myself to finish some title for the story. I will never go back to play it again. AI racial behavior is well done. Even modern games struggle on this topic, and most of the time enemies become just bullet sponges. I really love how elites, grunts, jackals and hunters vary from each other, but balance each during a fight. For example, if you kill a squad leader, grunts will flee terrified. After sticking grenade to elite, he can react with panic or start running towards you, which for the first time when I saw it was very surprising. It's easy to get surrounded when you focus too much on one opponent, so be aware of your surroundings. Each fight makes you do a lot of planning, especially on legendary difficulty. Which opponent will I focus on first? How do I split fire? From which side do I attack? I want to finish the story segment, so let me describe one mission. 343 Guilty Spark. Just please, play with older graphics, because in remaster this place loses its charm. Play in old graphics, please. Game slowly changes the tone. Okay, this is the moment when I will say things that are best to discover by yourself. Okay, so all the red flags warn us about something, that's obvious. And here is revealed the third side of the conflict. Blood. A plague that infects every form of organic life by gruesomely mutating them into monsters. We have a couple of forms of mutations: people, covenant, and bulbs that may burst with these little annoying spores. This is...
Greetings. I am the monitor of Installation 04. I am 343 Guilty Spark.
and immediately teleports us into infamous library.
No! God, please, no! No!
This is the most hated level in any Halo game. I understand why. To this point we fought enemy that show some self-awareness and will to live. Last level only introduced us to Flat. But here almost always flawed anger and brutality is experienced just by us. This is an enemy with no other purpose than shredding you into pieces without any care for its own life. I died a lot in this first section, I admit. I have to wait for my brain to switch from I play for fun to run and survive. I have a puzzle for you, my dear viewer. What will happen if creature with no care for its own life, holding most powerful weapon in the game and it's standing 2 meters next to you? You die. I like to call it
But wait! There's more!
if you've seen first 5 minutes of library, then pretty much you've seen it all. Now you know. But for me there is unspoken beauty to this level. Sure, enemies are brainless monsters and will rush you no matter what, and for me it's the most beautiful dance of all. There is no room for taking a breath. Everyone are focused on you. Stage is yours and every mistake is punished by restarting to checkpoint. For me, it's the best worst level in any Halo game. But that thing, fuck you. And now you know what? I had all these missions to the end, described in the script I wrote, but I feel you should experience it by yourself. What can I tell you? It will be fight and fight after fight. It will be a blast because you have more sides to the conflict. Again, fights at night in the dark, and also some silent moments with great music. You should experience it by yourself, really. Please play it. Try it. Last thing I want to talk about, I think, is multiplayer. I can just talk from the perspective of the person who played in Master Chief Collection. So I don't know how it was back in the day, I don't have nostalgia for that. I think time shows it's too old for me. I think it's the balance of the weapons is garbage, it's just a garbage. You just go with the pistol, and if somebody don't know about that, if you don't know about this, if you don't have a good aim, you can't free shot someone to the head, then you're gonna have a bad time. Sorry. There is too much people who played only that, and those people just tops the game. It's massacre. So you can try it. I think if you play with friends in custom games, it's gonna be fun, but the matchmaking, play it sometimes, I can enjoy myself, but most of the games are just pure terror.